study hard, find a job, save up money, and then finally plan a trip. This is where everyone goes wrong. Every year, millions of people plan trips, from couples to friends to families to solo trips. Everyone has tried to make at least one international trip happen, but only a few of them actually get on one. Why? The problem is we've built this image in our heads that international travel means fancy hotels, expensive meals, shopping bags, and Instagram perfect locations. And yes, that can be true if you wanted to. But what if I told you that you could literally step out of India and come back with incredible memories without crossing 50,000 rupees? This is not clickbait at all, because earlier this year we actually made an international trip to Vietnam that overall cost for about 1 lakh for 2 people, and here's how we did it. Finding the best international flight deals. Now, this might seem weird at first, but if you have no pre-made plans, then this is the best option for you. So what you do is you go on to Google Flights or Skyscanner, enter your departure location, let's say Delhi, and then add arrival location as anywhere. This way you can find the cheapest international flights available on the date you want to travel. Choosing a country that is cheaper than India. Why do most people think that an international trip is worth it only if it's Europe? There are so many countries like Vietnam, Indonesia, Thailand, Nepal, Bhutan that have currency weaker than ours. So why not choose an international trip to these places? You know, a meal in Europe will cost around 2,500 rupees, while the same would cost just 600 rupees in almost all of these countries. Check the visa process of the country. Now the question comes that the flight tickets are booked and hotels are booked. But what if the visa is rejected? That means all the money is gone? No. Find the countries that provide visa on arrival or e-visa for an easier process. Don't believe me? Let me show you how. Get onto Atlas website and search Indonesia. It will show you can get your visa in 49 minutes under 4,000 rupees. And that's literally how I got my visa, sitting at home with my bags packed. Here's a list of all the countries that provide visa on arrival or e-visa. Take a screenshot of it and then check their cost and processing time on the Atlas app or website and plan your trip accordingly. Always spend in local money. If you like to use your credit cards for travel purposes, then it's always best to spend money in local currency. That means when you swipe your card, you will get an option to transact in local money or your home currency. Select local so that you can avoid the extra cost of conversion rate. Otherwise, using local cash is always the best option, especially in Southeast Asian countries where secluded islands and towns may not have access to credit cards or ATMs. Prefer hostels over hotels. Lastly, you might be thinking hostels make sense only for backpackers or solo travelers, but that's not true. When we went for a trip both in Indonesia and Vietnam, we chose to stay in hostels with both private and girl dorms. It saved us a lot of money, plus we've met so many new people. More than that, hostels like Mad Monkey even provide with free tours and parties. So why book an expensive hotel for just free breakfast when you can get so much more? Now, following all the steps I just told you, we found a flight in Vietnam in October for this much, and adding on to the visa cost, the hostel cost, and some basic food and travel costs for total 5 days, you can easily do an international trip under 50,000 rupees. So, what do you think? Do you still need that extra bonus from your boss, or you need to break that one FD that you have been saving up for years? Think about it. Till then, if this video helped you figure out your next trip, then comment down below and don't forget to subscribe to Sam's Stories for more such travel tips and guides.